Welcome to a few moments together on the Parsha. This Shabbos, we have the privilege of reading Parshas Va'era. Now, Parshas Va'era begins where Shmos left off. Moshe Rabbeinu has so far, even though he's done exactly what Hashem asked, but in his eyes, he's failed miserably because Klal Yisrael is no closer to getting out than they were before. In fact, things got worse because now they have to find the straw to make their own cement. And Hashem appears to him, and he speaks to him a little tough, because at the end of last week's Seder, Moshe Rabbeinu said, "Why did you do so bad to us? What did I ever do?" So Hashem says, "Vayedaber Elokim al Moshe." Elokim spoke to Moshe. Elokim means Midas Adin. Midas Adin means the attribute of justice, and it says Vayedaber Elokim el Moshe. Elokim is also a Midas Adin. So Vayedaber Elokim al Moshe, Vayomer Elav, Ani Hashem. I am Yudkei Vavkei, which means the Midas Harachamim is on the way. And then he goes on to express the Arba Lashonos Shel Geula, V'otzeisi, V'hitzalti, V'go'alti, V'lakachti, V'otzeisi Eschem Mitachas Selos Mitzrayim, V'hitzalti Eschem Me'avodosam, V'go'alti Eschem B'zroa Netuya V'shvatim Gedolim, and V'lakachti Eschem Li La'am, I will take you to me to be a nation, and tops it all off with the final statement, Ve'vesi Eschem El Ha'oretz. Now let's imagine what Klal Yisrael is thinking at this moment. How are they reacting to these words? Yeah, it's all promises. It's in the future. And yet, Klal Yisrael has faith in the words that Hashem said. They believe that it's going to happen. It's almost as if they were told Mashiach is on the way. And when? They've been hearing it for hundreds of years. They've been enslaved and everything. And yet, they had full emunah and bitachon in HaKadosh Baruch Hu that this is going to happen. And it did. And I think the important thing for us to keep in mind at this juncture is we have been going through a terribly difficult time as far as Klal Yisrael is concerned in reference to the ongoing war, the terrible hostage crisis, the terrible difficulty of losing valuable and important Jewish young men, soldiers in the army of the Jewish people to fight for Klal Yisrael. My own friends, my son has a neighbor, Yair Schwartz, who lost a son, a fine young man in Gaza just this week. The devastation and the personal sense of loss is terrible. And yet, neither the father nor the mother nor the community has any despair. In fact, we're guaranteed that ultimately Klal Yisrael is going to be victorious because I am the one who's merciful, the God of truth. And ultimately, just as in those days, even though it took hundreds of years and great difficulties, ultimately Klal Yisrael did in fact get the promised redemption, and we're enjoying that redemption for the last few thousand years. We're going through a very difficult time. We're being tested every way, but we do not give up. Instead, we hunker down and we have an emunah in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We remember the Arba Lashonos Shel Geula, and we remember the promise of Ve'vesi Eschem El Ha'oretz, Asher Nosasi Es Yodi Lo Seiso Sa, La'avram Litzar U'Yaakov V'Nosati Oso Lachem Morasha, and I'm giving to you as a deep inheritance. Let's keep that in mind as we enter Shabbos. I want to wish everyone a Shabbat Shalom u'Mevarach. We should have nothing but bracha and blessing from this moment on. Shabbat Shalom u'Mevarach.